Angela Rayner's housing ambitions are collapsing into chaos. Her promise to deliver 1.5 million new homes by 2029 is being slammed as impossible by councils across England. Yes, even her own Labour allies. From rural resistance to urban outrage, the backlash is fierce. But the real twist: Elon Musk's father has just thrown gasoline on the political fire, urging his billionaire son to bankroll Nigel Farage's Reform UK with a jaw-dropping $100 million donation. Could Britain's housing dream and its political stability unravel simultaneously? Stick around, because this scandal will leave you speechless. Angela Rayner's housing pledge has become a lightning rod for controversy. Touted as Labour's solution to Britain's housing crisis, the plan involves mandating local councils to adopt sky-high targets for new privately built homes. The numbers are eye-watering: a 1.5 million home promise spread over just 5 years, with many areas seeing their annual targets triple or quadruple under the new system. Yet, what looked like an ambitious rallying cry has now become a political nightmare, with councils, housing experts, and even members of Labour's own party branding it a disaster in the making. The rebellion began quietly. Early feedback from councils, gathered in a consultation earlier this year, showed growing unease. By the time the BBC revealed the results through Freedom of Information requests, the picture was damning. Over 90% of councils expressed serious concerns about the targets, with some describing them as unachievable and divorced from reality. The complaints cut across party lines, from Labour-run councils to Conservative strongholds and even independent administrations. If Rayner hoped her plan would unite local leaders behind a common purpose, the reality couldn't be further from the truth. One of the biggest criticisms lies in the algorithm used to calculate housing needs. The new method prioritizes factors like existing housing stock and affordability, replacing older metrics based on population growth projections. This shift has led to glaring imbalances. Rural areas, already struggling with infrastructure challenges, are being asked to absorb massive increases in housing targets, while some urban centres, where the need for housing is most acute, have seen their targets decrease. In rural West Lancashire, for example, the Labour-run council's annual housing target has surged from 166 homes to 605, a figure Deputy Leader Gareth Dowling called impossible. He explained that much of the region's available land is either protected or earmarked for agriculture. You'd have to start building on arable farmland to even come close to meeting these numbers, he said, adding that the algorithm completely ignores local realities. Other councils echoed his concerns, with South Tyneside branding the targets as wholly unrealistic and Salford calling them detached from the community's needs. The controversy deepens when you consider the sheer strain these targets would place on local infrastructure and planning systems. Many councils argue they simply don't have the resources to approve or facilitate such rapid development. Local authority planning departments, already underfunded, are being asked to process an unprecedented volume of applications while grappling with staff shortages and bureaucratic bottlenecks. Even the construction industry is struggling to keep pace, with labour shortages and supply chain issues further complicating the picture. But Angela Rayner and Prime Minister Keir Starmer aren't backing down. For Labour, house building isn't just about solving a housing crisis, it's central to their economic growth strategy. Starmer has repeatedly framed the plan as a key driver of jobs and prosperity, promising that Labour will deliver for the many, not the few. Yet this uncompromising stance has only fueled tensions, particularly after hints emerged that Labour might overrule council objections to enforce the targets. For many local leaders, this approach feels like a betrayal of the collaborative spirit Labour claims to champion. As the housing scandal escalates, an entirely different drama is unfolding on the national stage. In a move no one saw coming, Elon Musk's father, Elon Musk, has called for his billionaire son to donate $100 million to Nigel Farage's Reform UK. The suggestion has sent shockwaves through political circles, raising questions about Musk's growing influence in British politics. During an interview with GB News, Elon Musk didn't hold back. "If money is what's stopping Farage, then Elon should give him the money," he declared, suggesting that his son could even seek British citizenship to make the donation legally viable. Reform UK, which positions itself as an alternative to the Conservatives, has struggled to gain traction since its inception. A donation of this magnitude would change everything, giving the party the resources to mount a serious challenge in the next general election. Nigel Farage, ever the opportunist, has embraced the speculation with open arms. He described his relationship with Elon Musk as good and hinted that such support could help Reform UK deliver real change for Britain. Meanwhile, Elon Musk has already shown interest in the party's agenda, endorsing a tweet predicting Reform UK's victory in the next election with a simple but powerful yes. While no formal announcement has been made, the very idea of Musk injecting his fortune into British politics has left Westminster reeling. Critics have been quick to pounce on the potential ethical and legal implications. UK law strictly regulates foreign donations to political parties, but Elon Musk suggested several workarounds, including leveraging his own British citizenship. Still, the optics of a billionaire bankrolling a political party have drawn sharp criticism. Some argue it's an unacceptable intrusion into UK democracy, while others see it as a refreshing shake-up of a stagnant system. Adding fuel to the fire, Elon Musk delivered a scathing critique of Keir Starmer's government during the same interview. "What's happening in England is un-English," he declared, lamenting what he called a loss of national identity and global leadership. "We all look to England for guidance, but what we're seeing now is a bad example." His words struck a chord with disillusioned voters, amplifying the sense that British politics is at a crossroads. As these two scandals unfold side by side, their implications are impossible to ignore. Labour's housing rebellion threatens to derail one of the party's most significant policy pledges, exposing deep divisions between Westminster and local councils. Meanwhile, the prospect of Musk-funded political disruption looms large, with Reform UK suddenly thrust into the spotlight as a potential challenger to the establishment. For Angela Rayner, the stakes couldn't be higher. With councils openly defying her housing targets and some even threatening legal action, Labour risks alienating a critical base of local government leaders. Yet abandoning the targets would be seen as a capitulation, undermining Labour's credibility and emboldening their political opponents. It's a lose-lose scenario, and the pressure is mounting. On the other hand, Nigel Farage and Reform UK are poised to capitalise on this chaos. Whether or not Elon Musk's donation materialises, the mere association has given the party a surge of attention. If Reform UK can channel this momentum into electoral gains, it could disrupt both Labour and the Conservatives, reshaping the political landscape in ways few could have predicted. Ultimately, these twin scandals reveal a nation grappling with profound challenges. From the housing crisis to questions about foreign influence in politics, Britain's future hangs in the balance. Will Labour find a way to deliver on its housing promise, or will it crumble under the weight of local resistance? And could Elon Musk's billions truly change the course of UK politics? One thing is certain, the drama is far from over. Keep watching, because this is just the beginning.